Hey there, Wargamers. Josh here from MiniWarGaming.com, bringing you yet another historical game because I'm having a lot of fun playing them. Today we're going to play a Victory at Sea, which is produced by Warlord Games, and this is a World War II naval combat game. I am beyond excited because there's nothing I love more than boats!
We play and call it work.
And my opponent for today, I think you probably recognize him if you've watched some of the previous Warlord coverage, but go ahead, introduce yourself to everybody at home.
Hi, I'm Gaz from Warlord Games in the UK, and just here in the bunker playing some Victory at Sea today, but it's been Conflict 47, Bolt Action, Blood Red Skies, anything else I played? I can't even remember.
I think that's all you played on the channel.
Yeah, it was all played on the channel, yeah.
But we do have some other stuff coming up for Warlord as well, or maybe it's already out. Who knows? Let's start off by taking a look at the American fleet. So Gaz, why don't you run us through the ships that you have included?
Yep, sure thing. So for the US fleet today, heading it up, leading by the front will be a Mexico-class battleship, the actual USS Mexico. Accompanying him will be 2 Portland-class cruisers. And then protecting the flotilla will be 5 Fletcher-class destroyers.
Moving over to the Japanese fleet, not nearly as much firepower, but definitely I have speed on my side and numbers. So looking through my fleet here, it's going to be led by a Mogami class heavy cruiser. Decent firepower, really quick ship, also has the agile trait, which you'll see once we get to gameplay. I've also brought now, and again, I'm going to apologize to anybody that knows how to pronounce these properly. I'm bad at pronouncing names. It's a Furutaka class cruiser. I have also brought a Agano class light cruiser. I have 2 Kagero class destroyers and 3 Fubuki class destroyers. The only refits I did for the Fubukis was the 1943 Group 1 refit, which changes all their torpedoes to Type 93. So they do have the improved torpedoes that hopefully will be a little bit notorious during this bat rep. Now, a lot of different ways to play Victory at Sea. We're just going to do the War at Sea kind of basic scenario. Even within that, because there's all the historical scenarios and all that you can do, but we want to just show off some basic mechanics. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just do the War at Sea. Now, there are 10 different objectives. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep it kind of simple, and we're just going to do the basic victory points here. But normally you'd be rolling a 2d6 and getting some objectives. There's a lot of depth in the different ways you can play this game, but we're going to keep it fairly simple. Now, next step here is we got to get ready for deployment, but before we do so, we need to do some scouting. That means Gaz and I are both going to go ahead and make some rolls based on a few different factors. So, for every observation flight we have, now when we looked at the cards earlier, we saw that obviously it's the certain cruisers and battleships will have so many observation craft that they can send out to do some scouting. But then we also can secretly have any destroyer or cruiser go out on a scouting mission too, which means that they're not going to start on the board unless you get some pretty good rolls. So we both have secretly determined how many of our cruisers and destroyers we're sending out. I'll start it off just to keep it nice and easy. I'm not sending any of mine.
I'm not sending any of mine, not for this.
Right,
Okay.
There's certain fleet builds that maybe I would, but not this time. So we're gonna go ahead and roll. I'm looking for 5s and 6s, and this is based on my observation flights. Now that I have rolled that, I get a score of 3. And then Gaz.
I'll roll mine. Oh, these are no, 3 again.
Yeah, so 3
Just
again.
3 and 3.
Looking at our chart, it's the 2 or more scouting points. We're each going to add 1 to our initiative for the entire battle. Okay. So neither of us is getting us a bonus on the roll-off. If it was 4 or more, any carriers can be placed in deep deployment. 7 or more was the big one that we were talking about. You may immediately redeploy any number of ships, including any scouts, in enhanced deployment. So they get slightly better deployment, while the carriers can start with half their flights in the air. That's the big one there. 8 or more, further initiative. And then 10 or more, you get to redeploy in superior deployment. So overall, not going to be a huge effect here, but if we did do bad on those dice rolls and didn't get the 2 or more, there could have been a little bit of an offset in the initiative, which is pretty important for this game. Oh, we're ready to get deployed. We're going to roll off. The D10s, the low roll, must deploy their entire fleet.
Must.
So
I
9 to a
must.
3, and looks like the Americans, I'm going to get to see where everything's going.
Again.
We're back with the fleets deployed. So looking at the Japanese deployment, one of my destroyers, my Furitaka class, 2 more destroyers that are flanking the Agano class. I got the Mogami with 2 other destroyers here. Across from me,
I've got my Fletcher classes escorting the Portland class just on the flank there, taking up the extreme. In the middle, I've got the Mexico. It's quite dominating. The range, the firepower. I don't need it off to a flank.
Yeah, I have no equivalent in my fleet to that thing. The Mogami is not even similar in points or tactical roles. So yeah, the Battleship is the biggest issue right now for me.
Yeah, and in the games we've played, it's proven to be kind of like the anchor for the fleet.
Very much so.
And that's only flanked by one destroyer because the Portlands need it more than the Mexico. And then kind of similar setup on my left flank here with the 2 destroyers with the Portland. Yeah, just kind of see how this goes. Kind of spread the fleet out because, I don't want to clump together. So the Japanese just makes it easy for them with their torpedoes. I don't want to make it easy because even their medium light cruisers get torpedoes. Everyone gets torpedoes with the Japanese, so I've got to spread out.
Yeah, kind of spooky. So let's get ready for a little pre-game shenanigans. Now again, trying to show off some different fun mechanics and things like that, we did mention the fact that we are going to have the fan salvos trait be used for the Japanese. So that allows any ship capable of firing 3 or more attack dice with the Type 93 torpedoes, and they can launch a fan salvo after the fleets have been deployed but before the battle begins. So you're trying to hit ships, and the idea with these torpedoes is that they were super long range. So at this range, very difficult to hit anything, but you did have the capability to potentially do some devastating damage off the bat. This does mean that when the battle starts, my torpedoes are going to be reloaded, but I only get 1 reload on them. So after this, each ship will only be firing 1 volley. So it's better for you anyways, Gaz.
It's not better for me.
I might do some pre-game damage.
It's not. What happened yesterday, it literally crippled my Portland before we'd even done anything. I was like, great.
Well, let's see if we can show
Let's
that
see
off.
what happens, yes, yeah.
So the way it works is for every ship that is going to take part in that, I need to roll a d6. And then a random ship will be automatically hit with no chance to evade on the roll of a 6. I like this because we're both very stressed out about how this is going to go. And we're just going to roll the dice. Ready? Okay, so there's 1. 1 torpedo did manage to hit.
Okay.
And then we are going to randomize the ship. So you got, what, a grand total of 8 ships?
8 ships, and then just,
So
yeah.
1 to 8, re-rolling 9s and 10s.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want a 5. I don't want to roll this. 2.
And there's a 2.
Destroyer.
So little destroyer's getting hit.
I'll take that on the destroyer.
So we get to show off the power of torpedoes very early on. So instead of rolling against the armor of the ship, I simply roll the amount of attack dice appropriate for a torpedo, which is 3 on these, and whatever I roll is the damage that you take. So,
Yep.
that's going to be 12 damage. That little Fletcher class destroyer only had a hull value of 6, so 12 damage, more than enough just to wipe him off the board, and he's gone. So, opening volley for the Japanese, but luckily I only took out, what was it, a 50-point ship?
50-point ship, yeah. It could have been worse. It could have been a Portland or even the Mexico. If that was the case, I'd probably just walk out. I'm not going to lie.
The Mexico could take a hit, but it could have been devastating off the bat with criticals. It
could have been, yeah, exactly, with all the criticals.
Well, after that, we're both, I think, okay with that result.
Yeah, yes, you were going to get a 6. I was looking, if you had a spike, that would have been...
Oh, if I'd rolled 3 6s or something like that, it could be absolutely devastating.
Literally.
We're going to roll off now for initiative. We both get +1 to this, so just cancel each other out. I'm going to get we're both going to get 7s. It looks like it's a reroll. A 10 and a 7. So initiative goes to the American fleet, which means that I have to move first and shoot second.
Yeah, for once.
Now, what I'm going to do is show you where the ships are right now. This lovely little turn gauge is what you use to actually make some maneuvers, but it's incredibly difficult to do one hand, so we're going to show it off a little bit more when Gaz goes to move his first ship.
Yeah.
My move will simply be to take this destroyer on the flank here, move him straight ahead 7. I'm going to use the little token to denote that he has moved. He did a little bit of a pivot, but that's about it. So now it goes over to Gaz to move a ship. Now it's over for Gaz to move. So the way that this works is that you look at the flank speed of your ship, and that's how many inches you can move. Pretty simple, straightforward. And then for every 2 inches you move, you can make up to a 45-degree turn. There are limitations on that sometimes with certain traits and all that, but generally speaking, that's how all the ships work.
All the measurements are done from the bridge. So I was going to move forwards 2. And then I'm going to use this nifty little template just to line up the bow of the ship and then turn 45 degrees, like so.
Beautiful. And then continue on like that until you finished up your move. Final position is right there. We both have quite some potential good damage with the torpedoes. So it's a little bit of, I don't know, dancing around each other right now.
Cat and mouse.
We are going to go ahead and speed up the action a little bit. We're going to both get all of our movement done off camera and show you where everything has ended up. There we go. The fleets have moved. Important to note, all of my ships that were capable of moving 7 inches did move their 7 inches. We'll see during the shooting step that does make a difference in how easily you can hit. And then over here, all of Gaz's destroyers did move up, trying to do a little bit of a skirmish. Gaz knows I need to close the distance as quick as I can because that battleship is just devastating and I cannot deal with him at range. I need to get in close. So the battleship itself didn't move up very far, and then the 2 cruisers.
The 2 Portlands and the Mexico, they only moved 2, and then just kind of slew slightly just to bring all the guns to bear. And like I said, the destroyers screen, just try and do something, just try and slow you down before you actually get into my line. Because, like you say, up close and personal, the Japanese are
definitely with this fleet disposition for both of us. Like, I need to get in close with torpedoes. So the movements are done. We didn't use any of the orders. None of them really made sense for us at this point. But again, we'll get to show them off hopefully later on in the game. So now we go to the shooting step where Gaz has initiative, so he gets to choose a ship to fire first. As Gaz gets ready to figure out where he's going to allocate all of his shots, we have to look at a couple different attack dice modifiers. So on a base level, you're going to be hitting on a 4-up with each of your attack dice, but they get modified as follows. If the target's at point blank range, you get +1, short range +0, long range -1, extreme range -2. The target ship class is a destroyer, they are -1 to hit. Fast moving targets are -1 to hit. Anything stationary is +1. If you are silhouetted, so basically if you're presenting your broadside to the opponent, it's +1 to hit you. And if the weapon system is a torpedo, it is -2. So you'll see that as we go ahead and figure out all these modifiers. We've decided the New Mexico battleship will be firing the rear turrets, both of them, at this destroyer.
Yep.
And then the front turrets at this destroyer. So the modifiers, because you are in short range, because again, big old battleship, long range guns. What is the short range actually on him, out of curiosity?
18.
18 inches, so yeah. That would mean that you are going to be hitting on 4s, but I'm a destroyer moving fast, so it brings it to 6s.
It does.
Each of those turrets gets to throw 3 dice, so there's going to be 6 dice total getting thrown at this destroyer here, looking for 6s.
So statistically, 1.
Okay, statistically, this is my least favorite Greek hero. So next we got to figure out how much damage you're going to be causing. The armor value on my ship is a 1-up, so it's pretty easy to.
It's t-shirt.
Yeah, it's t-shirt save, so I mean, you really only are going to fail on natural ones.
Yeah, and it's 3 damage dice per hit, so hopefully I will cripple this ship.
Not
quite.
That is one of my Kagero class destroyers. Now the hull value is 5, so that's how many hull he has total. And if you get him down to only 2 remaining, which is the second value, that means he's crippled, and he's not out of the fight, but he's pretty well out of the fight, which is what Gaz was hoping for, but luckily, I'm okay. Well, that could have been worse. We're going to do the second volley now, and that'll go at this Kagero class.
Yep, that one there.
Oh no,
That's
okay,
better.
so that's 3 hits. So you're going to roll a grand total of 9 damage dice. Whew, okay, he's probably gone.
I'm hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, looking for 2-ups. I only have 5 hull points. And that is just a dead ship. Shows you the power of that big old battleship.
The Mexico.
I'm getting ready to make some shots now. We're going to have the Furutaka class shoot over into your destroyer. I don't have nearly as much firepower. I have 3 turrets throwing 2 dice apiece. Now, let's figure out the math on this. I'm going to hit on 4's base, but you are a destroyer who moved quickly. But I do have you silhouetted. I am going to shoot into your broadside, so I'm going to be hitting you on 5s. Oh, let's see what I can't get. Oh! Okay.
That's a good amount.
Solid shot.
Solid.
So I get 3 hits. Now, these are only damage dice 1 apiece. And you should have a damage value of what, 1-up?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Armor
t-shirt, yeah.
Okay. So looking for 2-ups here to actually cause damage because natural 1s do nothing.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 damage. Not bad, but again, I need him to be crippled, which he's not.
No, these are pretty cool. They only cripple on a 2. when they get down to 2 hull points, which is quite handy considering they have 6 to begin with. So they're a little bit more.
Oh yeah, you are tougher destroyers than me too. Oh
A
no!
bit more robust than
Okay,
you
I couldn't
guys.
have even crippled you on that, but that's okay. Moving over to Gaz's pick, he's going to pick one of his Portland class cruisers. You do have shots onto my destroyer here. Now I am a destroyer moving quickly, so you'll be hitting me on 6s here.
Yeah, 6s.
Because you are in short range, so no penalties there. And then the rear turret, which does not have a line of sight to shoot over this way, will instead be putting the shots onto my Furutaka class.
Yeah, and both will be 6s. I mean, I'd love to go for the other destroyer there, but with the modifiers.
Yeah, with the modifiers,
yeah.
No luck. Okay,
Okay,
bam.
destroyer, 6s. Show me the cat. No.
Whole lot of nothing, and then
Whole
firing here.
bucket. And this one. Oh, not
Whole
today.
lot of nothing. Okay.
No, that's cool.
So, opening volley for that Portland, a whole lot of nothing. All right, moving down the line here, my pick will be my light cruiser. I'm going to go ahead and fire at the destroyer I've been shooting at. So, a couple modifiers here. Now, I do have the fast-moving turret, or sorry, the fast-tracking turrets. So, they allow me to fire at fast-moving ships and ignore that penalty.
Yeah.
Now, I've only got the 3 turrets that throw 1 attack dice each, so it's not the best. I'll be hitting you on 6s, but they are twin links, so I get a reroll on this.
Yeah.
So, not the best, but, you know, can kind of bully these little fellas.
I need these little
So, a
fellas.
whole lot of nothing, but the reroll gets me 1 hit.
There it is.
Now, a couple of modifiers here. You are a armor of a 1-up,
Yes.
but this is a weak weapon that has a -2 to the roll, so I'll need a 3-up. Then we go back to looking at if I'm firing at long or extreme range, I get a +1 to my damage roll. And the idea is that I'm not firing directly at you, I'm kind of lobbing shells, so they're actually probably crashing through the top deck where it's less armored.
and they're picking up velocity as well as they go through, you know.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, but it's-
Somebody's commented.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
if
they
that-
will. So basically, you know, it picks up more momentum as it goes through the air, so it picks up more velocity, so it has a bigger impact the longer range it goes. It sounds
I don't
good.
know if that's I don't know if that's how the math works,
Nor
guys.
do I, no, absolutely not. But it sounds good though, yeah.
I thought you guys had a better education system over there.
Please.
Okay, so back to looking for a 2-up to do a damage. And there's the 1. I do nothing. No!
And you.
Oh no, I needed that.
And you mock the British education system.
I can make fun of the British education system and still be bad at rolling. No, it was your education specifically. Now I'm upset. Now that we've argued for a little while off camera, we're going to move over to the Portland taking some shots. Looking at your viable targets, there really aren't any except for my Mogami class, the heavy cruiser. Now the modifiers here is you are at long range.
Yes.
But I am silhouetted. And then I moved fast,
moved
so
fast.
it's going to be 5s to hit with all your guns.
Yeah. Because I can't. I wish I could hit the destroyers, but I can't. Which is quite annoying. I'm literally a couple of inches out of range, but hey ho. So looking for 5s.
Well, that's a good roll, isn't it now?
Do you know what? These are Lucas dice, and there has been myths about them being loaded. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out here. Come on.
Disappointed.
It is terrible.
All right, the Mogami class, I got a 3-up armor, goes to a 2-up again because of the plunging fire rule. I don't have an armored deck.
Let's have a look. Ooh,
Okay, pretty good. So there's going to be 6 damage. Now, with that 6, there's a chance there's a critical effect. So Guy's going to go ahead and roll. He's looking for a 4-up to confirm the crit, and he gets it.
Okay.
We're going to start off by rolling a d10 to see what system is affected.
Ooh.
Whoa, why'd you do that? I didn't want to show that off. That's a
Ouch.
vital system,
That
so
is a
that's
vital system.
something pretty substantial. We haven't had this happen in any of the test games, so Gaz is going to have to get himself a d6.
Yeah, just give
And
us like a
roll
minute.
a d6 here and see what the vital system is hit.
4. Magazine ablaze.
No, they're not supposed to be ablaze.
That doesn't sound too good.
All right, so that's magazine ablaze. So that's going to be 2d6 extra damage. And every time I go to fire any weapon system with the ship for the rest of the game, it only works. I can only fire it on a 50-50.
Sorry.
And I don't know if I can do much about that. So roll the 2d6. Roll the dice, Gaz.
Sorry. Okay.
Another 7
Only
damage.
7 damage. That's 13 altogether.
Well, let's go over to my Mogami class heavy cruiser. That's like 30% of my fleet. No, these are fun because it's the crunchiness of this because it's it's neat because we played I think 3 or 4 test games and I've never seen that happen yet. Not even a vital system hit whatsoever. So always worth taking shots.
Always.
Even if the damage, even with the armor you really can't get through, there's a chance for criticals on most weapons unless you're weak. So The main thing here is I'm going to roll for all of my turrets and see which ones can fire. So I got 5 turrets total, and on 4 ups they can fire. Okay, so one of them is able to fire, and I guess I should have rolled that in order. But that's okay. We're going to go...
Is that for this turn?
No, that's for the rest of the game.
Rest of the game.
The rest of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just see which one it is. The number 2 turret can fire. Give me 2 shots on 4s. I have you silhouetted at long range. Because only one of my turrets can fire.
Yeah, only one of your turrets. Is this the one turret?
So that's the one turret managed to get 1 hit. And then, what's the armor on the...
Oh, on the Portland, I believe it's 3+, which
3+,
is 3+.
goes to a 2 up because of the plunging fire.
Because of plunging fire. There it is.
And okay, so I do a point of damage.
1 point of damage.
All right, now we get a little bit of fire. Pretty much all the big fellas have shot. We do get a little bit of shots with the destroyers with their front guns. Where do you want to get started, Gaz?
I'll start with this guy here, and he's going to shoot over here. That's the only viable target he has with his 1 light gun, and just 1 dice, thrown down 6.
Yep, 1 dice in the front, so...
Whoops. Nope.
That's a miss.
That's a miss for him.
Same thing here into your ship down range there.
The Portland, yeah?
The Portland class, yeah. Looking for a 6. Because, yeah, the destroyers I just can't hit. Actually, let me check this. Yeah, single shot on 6. And it does not connect. Next destroyer for Gaz to shoot.
The only viable one left for me. Again, I'll be shooting towards your cruiser there in the middle. I think I've bullied him enough this turn, so
that's fair.
For the 6. Nope.
Not getting it. And then, yeah, I got a couple other shots. Single shot from this destroyer into the Portland. On a 6. Nope. Down the line. Next destroyer here. Shooting into this Portland on a 5 because you're silhouetted to me. Oh, I get it. And this is weak. So it's -2 but +1. So I think we're back to...
4.
Is it 4s?
4s.
I'll trust you. No, it's not a 1. And then last little destroyer to fire on a 6 into the Portland. No,
Maybe
not getting it. All right, so pretty devastating open volley. But that's A-okay. We're going to continue on. We do have to do some damage control now, but there's no regular criticals. If we did have regular crits, we can try to have the crew repair them. And any vital system hits like that cannot be repaired.
Nope.
So the magazine's just on fire and we have to deal with that.
We can't put it out. But to be fair,
that's brutal.
It is brutal, but I've only got like this turn, the next turn, and then it's just like it's just a feast. It's like a shark fest.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to roll for initiative. Oh, an 8 to a 6.
Oh, you've got it.
So, get moving those ships. Gonna show you where all the Americans currently are. Well, isn't this an awful situation we found ourselves in? So, I have 2 destroyers that moved up here. The Mogamis still going full steam. Just, you know, the magazine's on fire. Both the other cruisers, destroyer, have moved up somewhat aggressively, threading the needle here between 2 of Gaz's destroyers. And then, so Gaz has 2 destroyers here, 1 right here, 1 up here. Now, the Portland, and the Mexico.
And the other Portland.
Yeah, they've only moved an inch, which means that they weren't able to pivot at all, and they've taken the evade order. So it's going to be a, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's an additional -1 to hit if they go to shoot.
Yes.
And they can't fire torpedoes if they had them, but none of them do.
No.
But it also does mean that I need to re-roll any hits against them.
It does, and because, you know, the majority of your fleet, with the torpedo range being short, I'd need something to combat that, because you can torpedo all of my cruisers.
Yep.
As it stands right now, so I was like, do I take the -1 to hit? 100%. My destroyers, even the 2 destroyers over here is actually quite interesting, and we'll come on to it no doubt, but they actually can't hit that destroyer.
Right, because the dice modifiers, again, we'll get my handy-dandy dice in front of me.
Yeah.
We're 4s based to hit, and you are firing at a fast-moving destroyer with torpedoes. And you've got me broadside, but I'm not in point-blank range, so you can't get it to 6s to hit.
No, because the point-blank range for my destroyers are literally 2 inches, and it's measured bridge to bridge. Josh has managed to accelerate forward enough that he's out of that point blank range, which does mitigate that. So.
And then when we talk about the Japanese torpedoes, the Japanese torpedo point blank range is like 8.
Yep, and what's the short range?
Short range is 17.
17, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty good. So we're gonna go over to shooting. I gotta be kind of smart. So the 2 plays would be I could start here, try to torpedo both ways, get super greedy, or I could have the Mogami go ahead and start throwing all of its dice because it's probably just going to die.
You say for all of his dice is just the...
I could throw the torpedoes.
Throw the torpedoes, yeah.
Into that to try to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Yeah. Force you to put some other fire into him. I think I am going to go here for the destroyer, get super greedy.
Super greedy, yeah.
And 1 torpedo volley this way, 1 torpedo volley that way. Correction, he's actually got 3 torpedo volleys. So 2 are going to go this way, 1 is going to go this way.
3 torpedo volleys?
Yeah, and because normally they're I think the Type 90s, but I did pay the points to upgrade them to the 93. So the good ones. For everybody wondering, I mean, you can look at the cards and see, typically torpedoes are going to be just port or starboard. Yep. So yeah, like I said, 2 of the launchers going...
You're thinking the middle one, aren't you?
I'm thinking, yeah, do I
He's
want
more
to
of a
just...
threat.
Neither of them are threats right now, but he's more of a not threat.
He's got less distance to travel for the point blank, so
yep.
2 and 2.
So we're going to put 2 volleys here, so it's 6 dice total, looking for 6s to hit. Oh! No!
Unlucky.
Oh no! Super bad.
That's super... Yeah.
Oh, and I've declared the other ones going this way.
Oh.
There's okay.
There's the beard.
So 1 torpedo hits over here. Alright, I'm going to go back and correct something real quick. The Type 93s are actually 4 attack dice each. So I get 2 more attack dice into... this is the one I shot the bigger volley at.
The bigger volley at, yes.
So technically 1 more here. Whatever, okay, so I've wasted that. So he gets hit by 2. And then over here I get 2 more chances.
2 more chances.
Beards! No, okay. So good. You've dodged it. These are 3 damage dice each.
Well, he's
onto that little fella. Yeah, I can't fail this. And he's just blown out of the water.
Abandoned ship.
Alright, what is this monstrosity declaring?
Okay. Well, after about 20 minutes of figuring this out, we're going to go the rear turrets into the cruiser, the light guns into the kind of crippled cruiser, and then the front 2 into this destroyer here because I just don't like it.
Yep, that's fair. So we'll start here. You're looking for 6s?
No, sorry, no, sorry.
After all modifiers. Oh no,
Are you sure these dice are not
He's dead. He's dead.
He's gone.
I'm gonna go talk to Luca about this.
Yeah, it needs to.
So that's gonna be a grand total of 9 dice you're rolling.
Yep.
Just looking for 2 ups. Maybe you'll roll really bad. Maybe they're weighted the other way. No, they're not. So that is him gone. My torpedoes. Light gun's now firing here. What was the modifiers? I moved fast. And what range are you at with light guns?
I am in short range.
Okay.
So it's 6s. Oh.
Yeah, just 6s. Yeah, 6s because of the evade.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you get a single hit.
Just the 1.
Looking for a 3 up.
Because it is weak. Your armor's...
Oh, no, 5 up then.
5 up then.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, so no damage there. And then we get the 2 rear turrets going into my light cruiser.
Yep.
Which all the modifiers, after it's all said and done, you're back to 4s, I think.
4s, yep. Yeah. So this one could be particularly...
Oh, that's pretty spicy.
Again, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I know. All he does is roll 6s all day. So that's 12 dice you get to throw at me.
Yep.
Let me check something. Alrighty. Now, with my armor, these are pretty big caliber. These are 14-inch guns. I think the biggest thing I'm shooting at are 8-inch guns. Yeah. These get a +2 to the damage dice roll.
Yeah.
So you're on 2s to damage me here. Let's see what you got.
See what happens.
Oh, it's a lot of damage. No crits, though.
No crits, though. That's just...
so there's 9 damage.
9 damage, yeah.
Pretty devastating. That could have been worse. I'm not crippled yet. I think he had a grand total of 17 hull points.
Yep.
And it's get him down to 5 to cripple him. So now I got to figure out where I'm shooting. All right, so I think... Because what ships have shot so far of yours? Okay, so your battleship has shot. And then...
Just the
battleship has shot.
Just the battleship, yes.
That's troublesome. So, this is the next big one, so I guess... yeah, the good old Mogami's gonna have to try to do it. So I'm activating the Mogami. I got to see what weapon systems will work. So I'm going to go through the 5 turrets, 4 ups. So first one works, second one works, third one doesn't work, fourth, fifth. Okay, so the one mid turret doesn't work.
That's pretty good.
You got 2 sets of torpedoes. So the torpedoes on my starboard side, which I think is this side if I said it right. It's this side. I'm pretty sure I'm right. 4 ups for them to work. One of them will work, and then on the other side, they both work. Okay, here we go. And then the light guns as well are working. Okay.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty decent.
All right, so declaring all my shots, all the torpedoes going here. That can on that side.
Shooting fish in the barrel.
The light guns will go there too, just because, I mean, I might as well declare if I roll as poorly as I have been. All the turrets are going after this destroyer.
Don't blame this on poor dice rolling.
I have nothing clever to say to that. All right, the rolls that count, the torpedoes.
Yep.
Okay, so I got 1 hit.
How many? 1. Oh,
Yeah, just the 1.
I'll close my eyes for that.
3 damage AC, and again, these are devastating, so whatever I roll is how much damage I do.
Yep.
Yep, so that's him gone. And again, I was only able to do that because of the really good point-blank range on those torpedoes. Then we've got the turrets firing over here. It's going to be a grand total of 8 shots, hitting on 6s. See if I can't pepper them. I get 2 hits. And they should be 2s to cause damage to you.
Yep, t-shirt.
And 2 damage.
Considering pepper.
Boop, boop. Happy days. Alrighty, so taking a look here. We're going to have this Portland putting shots into my destroyer. All the modifiers, including the evade, which we kind of figured out after the fact is not as good as Gaz wanted it to be because of a certain trait on the torpedoes, but we'll deal with that later.
Apparently.
6s. Yep, so 6s to hit.
Yep. Show me the car.
Oh, there's 2 there.
Just 2.
And then 2s to damage.
Took some crits.
You could not.
No.
Yeah, just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage. Oh, no.
Alrighty, now. I'll put the light guns here. We did do some double checking. We did do some digging into the FAQ. Because if you watch MiniWarGaming, you know I'm desperate to win. So we did double check.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a huge difference to what you were capable of.
No.
Now, the evade order is going to be countered by the fact that the Type 93 torpedoes are wakeless, according to the FAQ, which means that you can't force the reroll on them.
Nope. Cheers, Warlord.
So I did some digging for that, because I think that's one thing we had come across earlier. So, Gaz, my apologies to you, but, you know, all is fair in love and war.
You came across this and you knew this rule. You watched me do the evade and just chuckled. You just chuckled.
Okay, to be fair, I did. Now we're going to whinge back and forth at each other, because you did try to keep evading after moving full distance. And I prevented you from doing that.
Twice, 3, 4 times I've done that. You know, but no, cheers, Warlord, for the FAQ in September. Great. But that's my fault. I should have checked the FAQ.
Well, we both forget, but we'll continue on because you're kind of, you know what, you rolled really good, and I don't feel bad for you.
No.
So I got a grand total of 3 launchers that are going to fire all of their torpedoes. So the math on this, and I'm firing into the Portland over there, right? So 4s to hit, but they are torpedoes. I am in short range because it's got like a short range of like 17.
Ridiculous.
And then you're broadsided.
5s.
All right, I'm just going to roll low. Don't worry about it, and then you don't got to worry about it.
I don't even want to watch this.
So I've only landed 2 torpedoes on you.
Only 2.
Which is still pretty good. All right, now we're going to roll this up. This is actually probably the best that we're going to see against one of the bigger ships. So first of all, how much damage? Okay, so that is going to be 10. And, 19 total.
19 total.
So that's 19 damage total, and torpedoes crit on either devastating crits on 5s and 6s. So to confirm that, oh no, they just do crit. I don't have to confirm.
Nope.
So 19 damage at first. All right, now the next thing we roll for that critical effect, because these are pretty big, tough ships, is I'm going to roll the location. It's okay.
Oh, vital systems.
Well, good luck. And I guess I just roll the d6. Because normally, like if this was another system, let's say it was a weapon system, I'd roll a d6, and that would be You know, we go up to that level of critical. You just don't take the 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, vital systems, let's roll it. All right, I'm gonna roll it and Gaz is gonna read it. So, the critical system hit is a 1.
Is a
That's
1.
the one that you really needed me to roll. So what's happened here?
That's bridge destroyed. So for the rest of the game, I cannot give any orders to that ship.
That's not bad. And 1 additional damage, I believe?
And 1 additional damage. So that's 20 damage, a crippled ship, and no orders.
Fantastic. Next little bit of shooting from Gaz now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to shoot my all of my turrets at your cruiser here because after a bit of mathematics, we figured out that I can't actually hit anything around here. And then the light guns will not go into there because I've got the -1 to evade, sorry. So just hitting your cruiser on 6s because of that pesky unnecessary evade.
We'll just stop the regular guns I was shooting. So you got 1 hit total.
Yeah, 1 hit. So
Leave her at 2 up.
Look for 2 up, yeah, but hopefully.
Okay, the potential crit, confirm on a 4.
Hopefully.
No,
Wow,
stop it.
3 6. These don't.
Rolling a d10 for what kind of critical we're gonna get. 3, so that is an engine hit. No additional damage, but -1 to my flank speed, which is kind of a big deal.
Big deal, massive, because then you can't get that pesky
-1
to hit. Yeah, cool, happy with that.
All right, I think I'm gonna activate the Furutaka then, and put the main guns into the Portland over there. See if I can't get some damage on you. The light guns will go here. I'm not sure of the modifiers, but I mean, there's no other real viable target. So we're gonna start with the main guns. I'm just hitting on 4s, I believe.
Yeah,
it might be
4s.
down to 3s because you're silhouetted. Yeah, it will just be 3s to hit. Now, I gotta take my successes and re-roll them though, because you are evading.
Yeah.
So, it did come in handy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it
knocks
did.
1 more hit out.
Slightly.
And then, what's the armor on him?
I believe it's a 3+. Let me just check. Yes, 3+.
3+. So again, looking for the 3+. There's one
one
potential crit. So you're gonna take 1 damage, and it is a crit. And what type of crit is it going to be? A 6, which I believe is a weapon system.
Yep, it's going to be weapons.
So that is an extra point of damage, and then we gotta see what system actually was affected by that. And that's your torpedoes. You don't have them, so I gotta re-roll. That is going to be, I believe your AA battery is down a
AA
dice.
batteries, yeah,
So,
which is fine.
it's mostly just an extra damage. Next fancy little bit of shooting. This destroyer's just gonna pop shots over into there. You can't hit me with the torpedoes because of the modifiers.
Yep.
But you could hit me, I believe, on 5s with your light guns. Because broadside. And, oh, maybe it's back to 4s.
Back to 4s.
Ooh, okay, yeah, hitting on 4s.
Back to 4s. With 3 dice. Wait,
Well, that's pretty good, so you get 2. Now, these are weak.
Yes.
So, -2.
-2.
So, essentially, you're looking for 3 ups.
3 ups. 3 ups. Wait, they get 2 points damage.
Okay, so 2 points of damage. Now, the other thing to make note is it's not the weak trait that's actually, they are just -2, but they also have weak, which means that they cannot crit.
Yes, that's very important. So it's just trying to strip off some hull points.
All right, I'm looking at my options here. My little Kagero class is 1 away from being crippled, so he's going to go ahead and launch both sets of torpedoes. And they're going right into your battleship.
I'm just looking for an order to see if I can abandon ship. And,
You'll be fine. You get the torpedo belt we get to show off.
Yeah, true.
All right, looking for 5s. So I've managed to land 4. Managed to land half of them. And these are 3 damage each, or 3 damage dice each. So whatever I roll, now each of these dice has to get minus by 2 for how much damage they actually cause.
For the torpedo belt.
Right. Extra thick armor at the waterline there.
Yep.
On many of the big boats.
Does it help?
It helps with,
yeah.
It's going to knock a bunch of these out, and we'll calculate the damage in a minute, but these are going to be a couple of crits as well.
These crits.
So much, so we got 15 damage so far, but then we get a couple of crits to take care of. So the first one, the location, and how bad of a crit it is, that's crit level 4 to the 4.
Yes, the weapons area and turret destroyed with a load more damage.
And we count all the way up for the crits. It's not just whatever level it's at, we go through each stage. All right, so we're gonna go through, now the first level of this crit is gonna be 1 damage, and then I roll to see what secondary weapon system is gonna go. That is gonna be your light weapons, I believe.
Light weapons, yep. So
that's -1 attack dice. Okay. All right, so the next level of crit is going to be 2 more damage, and then we roll again for secondary weapon systems. That's going to be your AA battery, loses 2 attack dice. You also now get 1 critical effect in the crew area, which is going to be -1 attack dice to the light weapon systems again.
As well, so it's -2 altogether.
The next level of crit is we get some problems with one of the turrets here. So we're going to determine which turret it is, 1, 2, 4 first. And whichever turret that is has to roll a 4 up to be able to fire. Imagine that. Imagine you get that on your entire ship. So your rearmost turret is going to be on a 4 up to fire if it wants to shoot. And then it's also another D6 damage for another 1. All right, so a quick correction that the D6 roll wasn't supposed to happen. It was 3 set damage, but then we go to turret destroyed, which is D6 damage. So we're going to keep that 1. And then we get to see which turret gets destroyed. So the same thing, 1 to 4. Got to re-roll that. The number 2 turret is now offline.
50.
All in all, 22 points of damage, but your battleship, you've got, what's your starting, 72?
72, so I've got 50 hull points left.
So, okay, we do got to resolve the second crit, though, and see what area it's going to be.
Nice and low, nice and low. Ooh,
that's a number 2 crit to your 3, which I believe is your engine?
Engine, yes. So...
First effect there is the prop damage, so you're -1 to your flank speed. And then the next level, it's the
rudder damage, so I must move 3 inches before each turn, 1 point of damage.
Okay, so all in all, not bad. You still got most of your health left.
Yep, come away from that unscathed. However, I'm sure there'll be a second volley coming in a moment.
Moving along, we're going to have this destroyer fire here now, looking for a 5 with all the modifiers.
5! There we go.
You get it. 2 up to damage.
2 up to damage.
Oh no, it might be more than that. We'll check it. Yeah, the 6 will do.
It's weak.
So no chance for a crit,
My bad.
but 1 point of damage there.
1 point of damage.
Okay, my last ship to activate here is the Agano class. Now, I could launch torpedoes. I don't quite have you broadsided.
Not quite. No.
So it'd be 6s, and I'm only throwing like 8 dice, which is still a lot. I should get 1, but I can't count on that to wipe you out. I need to get closer. Yeah. So instead, what I think I'll do is I will take all of the weapons, maybe just go over here, because they are weak. They can't actually cause crits either.
Nope.
All right, so after all the modifiers, the Agano class will be hitting your destroyer on 4s with these twin-linked guns. And so re-roll. So I'm going to hit with all 3.
Yes.
Good start. And then these are weak. So I think I need 3 ups to damage. Yeah. Okay. And there you go.
3 points damage.
Not a crit, though, because the gun is weak.
I'm 1 off being crippled.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. And I think that's that. We have to go ahead and roll some damage control now, I believe.
Yes, we do. I do anyway.
So I have 1 critical on the table. So the way this works is I roll a d6, and for every result I give above 4, I can clear that many crits out of that area. I only have 1 crit in the 1 area, so I'm looking for a 5. And I do not get it. He is still having some propeller issues. And Gaz is opting to try to fix the secondary weapon systems because it is an escalation. So if he doesn't fix it, there's the chance it gets worse.
Yeah, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble if I don't get this. So
it's true.
Potentially. So.
No.
Was this me or you?
Now checking for escalation. It's on a 4 up. It escalates. You want me to roll it for you?
I feel like you should roll this because I don't want to be held accountable for my own...
On a 4 up? Oh, no, it does get worse. No. We immediately go to the next level of crit, which is to the 5, I believe, right?
Yes, so it's random turret destroyed and 2d6 damage.
Okay, so we'll do the 2d6 damage. Oh, okay, take 2.
Okay, that's small miss. That's small miss.
No!
Take 2, buddy.
And then one of the turrets is destroyed, we said?
Yes.
Okay, so we only got 3 turrets left. So just D3 roll.
Yep.
So your frontmost turret
is gone.
And I think it was your second turret has to roll to see if it can shoot?
If it can shoot, yes. So front turret gone. Ooh.
Splendid.
Taking out my firepower drastically.
All right, pretty brutal. Now's the big roll for initiative.
Big roll.
Super, super important here.
Super important.
Oh, I got a 3. Oh, no!
I got a chance.
I got 5. Okay. Gaz gets initiative. I need to move first. Oh, no. Here we go. Time to show the maneuvering that's happened. So your poor little destroyer got left in the dust.
Yes.
I've got both my destroyers kind of maneuvering here. My 3 cruisers have moved up mid-board. be nice and aggressive. Poor Battleship is just kind of limping along, can't do much.
Surrounded by the sharks.
You do have one little destroyer getting ready to make an attack run against my destroyer, and then the crippled Portland kind of just bobbing along as well. So, initiative is yours, sir. You get to fire first.
It is, and let's see. I'm going to go with the Battleship first, because otherwise I've just got...
One last hurrah.
Yeah, exactly. Grab the cat, abandon ship.
Alrighty, so we're going to have the Battleship go before the torpedo volleys come in. You're allocating the one good turret firing into the cruiser there.
Yes.
And then the other one on a 4-up, and the light gun's going that way too, correct?
Yeah, everything's going to go into that light cruiser. It's just one...
So, a 4-up to see if the other turret's going to be working?
I really need this.
You do kind of need this.
I really need this. Oh, no.
It does not.
No, it does not.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, let's figure out the math. You're 4 to hit, you're point blank for 3s, and then back to 4s because I moved 7.
You moved 7, so 4s to hits.
Okay, 1.
Not what I want. Hopefully it's some crits,
and
maybe.
3 damage dice. You're looking for 2-ups here.
Yep.
Just 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Which is 1 off from crippling me.
Oh, that is not what I wanted. God.
Scratch that, you get the light gun on I think it's a 4 to hit.
4 to hit on 1 light gun, 4 to hit.
It does hit. Okay, you're looking for a 4-up, I believe.
4-up, yeah. Wait,
no! Okay, 1 point of damage and I'm crippled.
Yep.
No!
Yes, I've crippled it.
Dang
Last
it.
huzzah.
Looking at my options, I'm going to have the Furutaka class go and just put everything, quite literally everything, over into your
My poor little Portland.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Torpedoes. These are going to be on 5s because of torpedoes, but I got your broadside.
And broadside. Is that how many? Is that 8 dice?
All right, it's going to roll well here.
No.
Ready?
No.
Yeah! No, that's pretty good.
That is
So he's got 4 hits.
terrible. You, sir.
Kind of a bully. Now, you don't have a torpedo belt here.
No, I've got nothing.
Okay, so let's just see how much damage I do. How many hit points you got left?
24 off the top of my head. Yeah, 24. Yeah.
I think you're still alive, but that's pretty bad.
No.
All right, it looked different when I looked at it. Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yep.
He is just wiped
completely
out.
Gone.
But, I mean, the torpedoes are gone now, at least. All right, looking good for the Japanese right now, but this little Fletcher class is going to be taking shots over at my, that's one of the Fubuki class ships.
Yes.
Now, you're firing full torpedo volleys?
Yeah, full.
Okay. So that's what, 10 dice on them?
10 dice on these guys, yep.
Pretty spooky. Now, you should be 4s to hit.
Did my
4s to hit base. And then I'm a destroyer, moving fast. You're firing torpedoes. But you do have me point blank and broadside. So you're looking for 6s.
6s on 10 dice.
You should be able to get this.
Should.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep,
And
should.
then
Even just one of these. 2, 3.
you got 1.
1.
Okay. And these are 3 attack dice, I think.
Attack dice each.
Okay, yeah, this is probably him gone. Yep, that's him gone. They only have 5. Ba-boom! Blown out of the water. I think next up we're going to have the Mogami class go. And let's see what weapon systems I can fire. So I've got 5 turrets starting at the front, working my way back. Can't shoot. Can shoot. Can shoot. Can't shoot. Can shoot. Okay, so I got 3 turrets that are capable of firing. They're all going over into the Portland there.
Yep.
And then can the last torpedo volley on him, on the starboard side,
Yeah.
the right side, can it fire? It can.
Oh, it can. Okay.
3 dice on 5s for the torpedoes, because all I've got is the point blank to help
Point
me.
blank. Come on. Fail. You got 1.
1 torpedo gets through. How much damage is it going to be?
1s. Oh,
I've only done 1 damage because torpedo belt, only 1 damage.
I do apologise.
And no
saying
crits.
No crits. No, just 1 point of damage.
Oh no!
Oh.
Okay, kind of spicy. You're still in the fight.
Still in it.
Into the Portland now with the 3 turrets that can. Looking for 3s. And solid hits there. I am in short range. What's the armor on you? Is it 3 up?
3 plus.
Okay, so 3 ups to do damage.
That'll do it.
Okay, so 3 points of damage total.
I think I've got 1 point left. I've got 1 left.
He's sitting on 1 left.
1 whole point left.
All right, didn't quite wipe him out, but, he's not looking fantastic.
No, he's, getting ready to man the lifeboats.
Now we gotta go back and fix something here. We actually should have rolled as soon as you get crippled for each of your traits and turrets to see if they got knocked out. So the way that this works on a crippled ship, your light guns, torpedoes, and AA battery weapons are halved, and then a D6 for every main gun and trait. On a 4-up, the trait's rendered inoperable. So you got 3 turrets.
Yes.
So front, gone, rear, mid is good, and the rear one's gone. So you got 1 turret left. And that's the mid turret.
Well, I did have 3 dice there to, to roll it myself. Let's just see what would have happened.
Let's see, you would have lost 200. Okay, so now that that's corrected, the 1 singular turret's still going over into
the
light cruiser.
Light cruiser, yes.
And this was on
4s. No, 5s because you fast moved.
But I'm silhouetted, so
Silhouetted, so 4s.
back to 4s. Yep.
4s, yeah. Nada.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
No, it's not fantastic at all. It is
technically,
fantastic.
I'm supposed to be doing the same for mine here. You can roll it. So my front turret,
Yep.
when I was crippled with this ship,
Okay, so
4 up to knock it out.
Just,
Okay, mid turret,
nope.
it's fine.
And then your rear turret.
Yep. It's knocked out as well.
Is
Ooh,
that per turn or for the game?
that's for the game.
For the game. Okay, interesting.
Also going to roll, I need 2 more D4,
Yeah.
2 more D6s for the torpedo belt first.
Oh, this is the one. This is the one.
Torpedo belt's no good anymore. He's 2 beat up for that, and then also for the armored deck. Okay, yeah, so he's lost all of his traits. All he does, he has the mid turret, and the torpedoes are halved, but he's going to fire all of them. And then, I don't know, the light gun, I'll figure out in a minute. Yeah, realistically, my turret's only really going to be able to fire over there at extreme range. But that's okay, I only have 1 left. Torpedoes into your battleship. Throwing 4 dice total into your battleship there because I am crippled, otherwise it would have been 8. And I believe I'm just hitting on 4s.
Just straight at 4s, yeah.
Yeah, because torpedoes are -2, but then I got you broadsided and close range.
Point blank.
Point blank, yeah. Oh, 4s!
4s.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
That's really good.
So that's going to be many dice of damage.
9 damage.
So let's take these 9 dice.
Oh.
Again, you've got your... Oh, yeah, he hasn't been crippled yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully he gets crippled right now.
No, he doesn't.
Torpedo belt's going to help with a couple of these.
Yeah.
There are 3 crits we'll check after.
Yes.
13 damage total there. And now we get to go to some crits.
Some nice low rolls on the crits. Nice and low.
3 to the 3.
3 to 3, that's...
Pretty brutal, taking a little bit more damage out of that. Your speed is reduced. Your crew critical goes up by 1 as well, so there's a fire now.
The crew are panicking. The engine room's going to go kaboom. And the next crit is...
1 to the 1.
I'll take that. That's
So I think that's just another engine. That's not even any damage.
no damage. -1 to flak speed. So.
Okay, so you already have that applied twice anyways, so it doesn't matter. You're only the -2 still.
Yep.
And the last one.
Oh,
6 to the...
God.
That is a catastrophic explosion. So that's a vital system hit. And for that, the D6 score, there's no damage dealt. The ship's hull is immediately reduced to 0, and the ship is lost with all hands. So, yeah, it's just gone. With that, yeah, because you had taken some okay damage.
Some okay-ish damage. I've taken 17 points of damage.
So that would have you still would have been okay.
Still would have been okay. And depending if that wasn't a catastrophic explosion, if that was, what a normal like a nice person would give, engine level 4 maybe, weapon destroyed.
It still would have been racking up the crits, but yeah, that just removes the
removes the Mexico.
that from the solution.
Ooh, see you later. I still would have been in the fight because my critical is 24 hull points. So
yeah, so you still would have been able to fire one of the big turrets continually, and the other one was a 50-50.
Still could have kept in the fight, but no, not now.
He's oh, I still get a single shot with my turret over here. Huzzah!
I can't believe you take it. That's so cheap.
Force to hit, extreme range, and then your broadside. So a single shot on 5.
And it will be a single shot that will do it. No.
It's twin linked.
No.
No, okay, I missed still. Whew. Next shot here with his destroyer. 1 shot on a 5.
Easy.
Into my destroyer, and he missed. Okay.
Shock.
My destroyer will fire back. 3 shots on 6s. Okay, don't get anything.
Nope.
The other little fellow over there is going to be doing the exact same thing. Okay, well, I'll just get 2 hits. And these are weak, so I think I'm looking for 3 ups.
3 ups.
Okay, 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Bum, bum.
He's on 1 point of damage left.
So he's crippled then.
He's crippled.
All right, and that's everybody gone. But, chatting a little bit, and Gaz, I'll let you decide.
Okay, we are going to call it there because I've got 3 ships with, I think, a total of 7 hull points between them.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. That's on 1. That's on 1. That's like 5. It's, yeah, and you've still got 3 cruisers, 2 destroyers. It's
relatively quick. And unfortunately, he still does have torpedoes, but with the way I can out-activate you, I can out-maneuver you, I don't think you're going to get a torpedo volley off on him.
No. I mean, for me to, even with the initiative rolls, for me to actually get up to these cruisers, again, with your agile and fast roll, it would be extremely difficult for me to get point-blank range and to actually cause any decent damage. Plus, you can rearm and just outmaneuver.
I can't rearm any of them because I use the torpedo fan.
Sorry, yeah.
So I won't be getting torpedoes back, but like we said, he's crippled. He's on half move.
Yeah.
And then half torpedoes.
Yeah, so I can't, he's not going to do anything. He's fired his payload, and the poor Portland is just bobbing.
He's got, a single turret left.
Single turret left, and he's gone. But, yeah, we're going
to call it there, and let's get ready for post-game chat.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to the post-game chat. So, let's talk some first impressions.
Let's talk.
This is, I think at this point, because Luke and I played a test game, we did 2 practice games off camera, so I've got about 3 under my belt. And I think you played 3 or 4 before coming over, and then a couple test
5,
games.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So a little bit of experience. First of all, I mean, I like it. Anything on this scale is interesting for me, because obviously it's about maneuvering. It's not the skirmish scale where you get the 360-degree fire arcs and the movement matters less. This is all about movements, extreme ranges, the standard kind of crunch of a lot of modifiers, but not really that many once you get used to it. Not
that many, no. I completely agree. Like you say, it's the crunch aspect there. It's the depth of what you can do, like the mass damage or the critical damage. Sorry, I really like that. I really like the fact that it's quite spread out, and you can really get into the detail of what would go wrong, what could go wrong, and what did go wrong inevitably.
Yep.
I love that level of detail. I love that level of crunch in the game. Not just it's gone, it's dead. It's the lasting effects throughout the game as well. So it's not completely destroyed. It's crippled, but it's still got some punch.
Yep.
To me, I really enjoy that aspect of gaming.
Yeah, it's definitely it's fun. It's less models. You can kind of focus on what's happening. You're not removing 20, 30 models from the board every single turn. Which, I mean, those games are fun. They have their place. But with this, crunchy charts, lots of different things that can happen.
Detail. All of the detail.
It is fun. And obviously, I mean, from a historical perspective, we've got a whole whack of different ships that are available. Nice big thick rulebook with tons of different ship classes, and then appropriate refits. So it's one of those, like, if you want to just play a naval combat game, cool, pick it up. You don't have to be a big history buff to pick this up and enjoy it. You don't even have to get into the refits. But I mean, if you want to mess around with list building and all that, you can start playing around with the refits. But at the same point, if you're a historical gamer and you want to get closer to trying to reenact an actual battle, they have a ton of scenarios in there.
Loads of scenarios.
And you can be very accurate in saying that this is the exact date that we're playing. Let's make sure all the ships have the appropriate refits for that date.
Absolutely.
Let's go. So, there's a lot to it. And I think I could just sit there and read the rulebook and the ship classes and the stats. And once you've played a little bit, I will admit, it's intimidating looking at the cards for the first time because there's so much information.
Yeah.
But once you've played 2, 3, 4 times, it all makes sense. There's nothing that's particularly confusing.
There's not. And I think, like you say, looking at the cards, it can be quite intimidating. But when you know what you're looking at, when to look at it, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, you actually remind me 4, 5, 6, 7. A couple of times, like the light guns facing forwards. There's only 1 die to hit or 1 die.
With certain ones, like your destroyers typically can. You might have 3 dice in the light weapons, but they can only throw 1 dice in the forward or rear arc.
Again, it's just looking at the cards, looking at the rules.
Well, and again, being into this kind of stuff, it's going to be tough to see. But there's only 1 turret that actually can Well, this one's got 2 turrets, so I'd have to double check to see how many you can throw forward. Because how many dice does this one throw?
Just throws 1 forward.
Just throws 1 forward still? So yeah, you've got 1 little gun you can get on there. But the same with here. Hand me one of my...
Yeah, you can just see the little turret.
This one might actually show it a little bit better. So the one little turret that can fire forward. But then you see the other ones that could fire rear, because I think he's allowed to throw 2 out of the rear arc. But yeah, little minor things like that. I'm sure there's things that we got incorrect here and there, but overall, pretty darn happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'm trying to figure out the best format to play more of this in, because there's a lot of information going on, and the way that we film, showing every little bit of movement would be difficult without passing the camera back and forth.
Because, let's be honest, this was like, I'm going to say this now because I lost, but this is more of a, just a show and tell game, show some mechanics.
Yeah, that's how you were treating it the whole time.
Yeah, that's how I'm treating it. But we spoke about tactics earlier, didn't I? And I said, I said to Josh, what would you do? What would you do against the Japanese? Because as you saw then,
the same fleet compositions, yeah.
Yeah, they came in and just dissected my fleets, and then Josh came with the great tactic of just floating broadside at the back.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, I never thought of that, but still, that's a really good tactic. And then I tried to say, oh, that wouldn't be it's potentially not an exciting game for the first game and stuff.
Sure it would be.
Yeah, of course it would be.
You'd have a big old New Mexico class battleship letting loose with just 12 barrels.
Yeah. No, but again, I just wanted to play that, so to speak, to see if the screen would work. It didn't, hey ho.
Well, that's the thing, is that your screen wasn't that much further forward than everything else. So now we're talking tactics.
Yeah.
I knew I had to rush in against you, because the most I had was a single heavy cruiser. Yeah, you were super aggressive, and to be honest, due to the test games we played, I didn't expect you to be that super aggressive. So it just kind of caught me unawares. But no, it was really good though, and it just showed what I would do. It's a learning game, and what I would do, what I wouldn't do in the future. Really want to get into the aircraft rules as well. Right, there's a whole ton you can do that there. Yeah, there's loads of things to do with the aircraft rules, with aircraft carriers, etc., which really impacts on your scouting thinking. You're going to try to scout a lot more, because if you get a high enough score, you can get half your air wings up, ready to attack. The concept is obviously like the engagement range. Like the aircraft carriers should not be at a point that then get shot at by another ship. No, they are the ones off in the corner just doing nothing. Right, but even on this map, if you have an aircraft destroyer on it, I feel like, and not in deep reserves, like you've caught that fleet unawares. It's still going to be able to fight. Like it still works, but you're really that's a worst case scenario that the enemy can get guns in. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be there, and then. Of course, the submarines and the motor torpedo boats. There's a whole entire section of those. There's a lot more width as well to this game, bar just what you see on the table. With the submarines, aircraft, and the scenarios, and the depth that follows as well. So, hopefully we see a lot more of this. I'm definitely going to get my teeth into this more with the aircraft, because that really, I can just imagine looking up and just seeing 30 wings flying over, like wow. Well, because you had a German fleet you were working on that the paint didn't work out by the time your visit came around, correct? Yes, the paint did not work out, okay? It may have got the colour scheme a little bit off. But that's okay, that's okay. I'll continue working on it. Obviously, so both of these fleets were my fleets, but I've got some more stuff in the works, and, the fine folks at Warlord have plenty of more products for us to be able to sink our teeth even deeper into this game. Yep, and then, next time over and we have a game, it will be a lot different. There will be aircraft all over the place. Well, even to do a historical scenario, right? Like I definitely want to do Bismarck versus the Hood. Oh, 100% Bismarck versus Hood, yeah, definitely. And I can't pronounce it. You can pronounce it better than I can. Oh, you sure I will. The Prinz Eugen? Yeah. Sorry, you're talking about doing like a fun scenario with the Yamato taking on. That's it, yeah, Yamato. I can't. You say it better than I do. You say it better than I do. Yamato. Yeah, definitely with that, because that's like 1,000 Well,
points.
Actually, here, give me a minute. Yeah, so just having fun with it. So this is this is one of the Mogami class ships, New Mexico class battleship. Obviously, you saw how much of a beast this thing was. Yeah. Absolutely, I didn't bother trying to shoot regular guns at it. Yeah. The armor value is 6 up, as in like I have to roll 6s to try to damage. Yeah. So everything else you saw needing 2s, no, it's 6s. But then you get up into something a class larger, like the Yamato. Now, obviously, this wasn't the biggest battleship that the Americans had, but it's still a battleship. Yeah, and yeah, the Yamato was about the biggest thing I think they've ever put to sea for combat ships, anyways.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. It's reflected. It's like 1,000 points.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of opportunity to try different things out. And so, if you are of the subtype of gamer which I will refer to as a rivet counter, there is some crunch here for you to get your teeth into, and to do some proper scenario stuff. You know, try to be as realistic as possible. But if you are just looking to play for fun, the point values, yeah, it works. You can definitely play however you feel like, and I do enjoy games that there is a little bit of it's left up to the people playing to decide how they want to play it. It's not this is the way you're supposed to play, and it kind of falls apart if you don't do that.
Exactly. It's how can you put it now? It's easy to play, and it's fun.
There's a straightforwardness to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy. And like you say, I'm a little bit of a rivet counter when it comes to my game. I do. There is a part of me as a gamer that likes a bit of rivet counting. So there's just like, you know, it just tickles the itch, so to speak, which is cool, which I really, really enjoyed, especially with like, even though it was me taking the majority of the criticals, but still, you know, I did enjoy that, like getting all the Well,
you had a pretty heavy one turn one.
Very heavy turn one. I had really, really good turn one. I'm stop mentioning Lucas dies, but they are weighted. But no, they are. No, it was really, really good, and then it was just really good to actually have that was probably the best game we've had. Out
of the bunch, yeah. I think this one
the best game we've had.
Well, that's why we practiced a couple times, you know, to get the mechanics in mind. So, yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is right up my alley.
Yeah, absolutely. And next time I'm back, then, you know, it'll be a complete different story, and then we'll get some terrain on the board as well.
Yep, we can get into a little bit more instead of just blue water.
Yeah, a little bit on topping maybe, and then, you know, delve deeper into the scenarios as well. But yeah, I'd love to see what you want to see scenario-wise. That'd be good to know.
Yeah, leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. And if you are a seasoned veteran of Victory at Sea, you know, feel free to put something down in the comment section, or just email me, josh@miniwargaming.com. I'd love to talk more about this game and learn more about you know, how people are enjoying the game. If you have questions about what was happening, you know, get down there in the comment section. I'll do my best to keep an eye on this video for, you know, at least a couple weeks after it comes out, and answer any questions and try to clarify. And I'm sure Gaz will be involved with that as well.
Yep, 100%.
You get a YouTube account, so
yeah, oh god, yeah,
we'll put you to work.
Yeah, I'll comment on there as well, and you know, and help answer any questions I can, or help out, or just add weight and my experience as well, how I'm progressing the game. It'd be really good as well, like Josh said, just to see what the community says with Victory at Sea and how we did.
Yeah,
ultimately, you know.
Love to hear some feedback.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this game. Any last remarks for everybody at home watching?
I'm sorry. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I tried. No, really, really enjoyed it, and look forward to playing some more.
Well, thanks for tuning in, Gaz. Thanks for coming in to play.
Thank you for having me. Cheers. Thank you.
Everybody, keep being awesome, and as always, happy wargaming.
Bye bye.